ones. Be welcome to Evening with Gelda program. Today I would like to invite you to watch this amazing show with the great poetess Bogdana Gageanu. In 2011, Bogdana wrote a play, which is a monologue called Do It For Me, and she played it in August at the Cultural House in the town where she was born, in Romania, Campina. Her literary poetry debut started in December 2019. She was published in literary magazine Cenaclo de la Pautinese, the literary circle from Pautinese. In June 2020, she went to Radio Diaspora 360 in the show called The World of Words, when she recited her poems. She participated in many interviews with Nati Budu Grati, a Romanian literary blogger, and Mesomorphy, a Romania online platform about talented youngsters. In September 2020, it was a show on Radio Vocative, Reader on the Microphone, presented by Claudia Minella, reading her monologue Do It For Me. In the same year, she started to present on Radio Diaspora 360, a show with Petru Aborite called Senseless News. In December 2020, she won third place at Romanian Poetry Contest, organized by Mureșenilor House Museum from Breslau. She was published in a Romanian anthology called Literary Alpinism and in The New Magazine. From January 2021, she took several international recognitions on different online competitions. And today, she is here with us. It's a great pleasure to receive you, dearest. Let's start our interview. Dear poetess, what place poetry has in your life?
Hi, Gelda. Thanks for inviting me to your show. Poetry in my life is my lifeline. I'm not drowning in the real problems of life because of her.
If I say poetry is the reflection of one's life, do you agree? Can you state an example?
Yes, poetry has the reflection of one's life. It is my reflection too. In my poetry, I reflected my real problems. I chose, for example, to write about my mother's death when she gave birth to me. And this is a real problem.
Which poets have inspired you?
There are international poets that inspired me, like Edgar Allan Poe, Oriental poets like Sadi, Omar Khayyam. I like very much Oriental poetry, but also Romanian poets like Ana Blandiana, Marin Sorescu, Adrian Păunescu.
Do you believe that poetry can adapt anything into it? Can you explain this, please?
Yes, it is true. You can expose your real suffering. You can alarm people when you write about different social issues.
What's your point of view about the contemporary poets?
Some of the contemporary poets are good. They create their own style. Maybe it's not the same poetry as before, but it is a new generation.
How do you see Facebook poets?
I think that the Facebook poets are talented. They are creative. They participate to many competitions. I met a lot of nice people.
Which Facebook poets do you follow and why?
I cannot choose only one name. From the Facebook poets I follow, there are too many, and I don't have time to talk about all. There are many talented poets. Many talented poets whom I have friends, and I appreciate their work, and I'm happy to meet them.
What's your advice to the social networks poets as Facebook and so on?
What can I say about giving an advice? I should say that I should tell them, I can tell them to expose their writings every day.
Do you think the networks are helping the new writers?
Yes, this platforms, social platforms, are helpful. They help people. They help people to have this platform on which they can show their talented works, and people can admire them from distance, which is very important.
Kindly, could you recite one of your poems for all of us now?
And now I will recite to you one of my poems called Cold Hearts. This is the winter of cold hearts that are always playing cards with the others people trust. They leave behind only dust. This is the winter of cold nights, when compassion and love fights with the other evil forces, when the soul has to make choices. This is the winter of cold change. Sometimes this winter wants revenge, but we can melt it in some way. When the good people start to pray. Thank you very much, and have a blessed day.
Dearest poetess, thank you so very much for your presence here. And guys, hope to see you in the next Sunday. Bye bye.